Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies.
They're dropping like flies.
Listen, people are dropping like flies out there.
I am
Boop.
pissed off.
We're dropping like flies around here.
We're dropping like flies here. Jeez, sir, 2 more just went down. Dropping like flies.
Too many people around here been dropping like flies already, and where's that getting us, huh? Nowhere. Fast.
Biden's being Biden's being an extremist.
Crush that fly.
What's funny about this one is I read a comment, I think, on my last post where somebody complained about a video in which I was telling people I wasn't going to make a video. Wasn't funny enough for him. He wanted more celebrity banter. And today I have stuff on Madonna, Jessica Simpson, and Britney Spears. Not because I'm appeasing the person, because it just broke that way. And it just goes to show you when you complain about something, often that thing comes to you, right? Like there was the very next video that I'm posting is going to have all the stuff this complainer, who I hope isn't watching these videos anymore and it's gone somewhere else. And sometimes when you complain, the thing that you're needing is coming right around the corner. But anyways, let's start here with Jamie Foxx. Jamie wouldn't want anyone seeing him like that. Concerning news from Marvel fans, as Jamie Foxx is reportedly still not out of danger. And so, just continue the same old story here, that nobody really knows what's going on, and he seems incapacitated, and, probably some severe damage has happened here. And then there's this stuff with Madonna. Madonna was revived using Narcan. And Narcan is a nasal spray, is help people who are overdosing on an opioid. So fentanyl or heroin or something like that. And so Madonna, who, I don't know if you remember this, but I made a video where she was at one of her concerts and she was encouraging the fans to use Molly, the drug Molly. I think she's done this numerous times. Maybe an avid drug user. She's kind of stupid. I don't know if she's had some sort of brain deterioration from this. I don't know if she was always this stupid, but she possibly could have been using some sort of heavy narcotics and she OD'd, and if that's the case, she's so old. I mean, this is Madam Expiration Date at its finest. Jessica Simpson shows off her booty in 13,000 backless bedazzled jeans. How do you justify spending $13,000 for bedazzled jeans? How do you justify that to yourself morally? Somebody sent me this yesterday, and they said, hey, she looks very ghoulish. And then New York Post revisited the subject. Fans compared Jessica Simpson to Jeffree Star in latest photo shoot. What WTF did she do? And so there's going to be music here. And she looks really look at that, right? She looks really, really messed up. She put on a lot of weight. Maybe she used some of that, that Ozempic or something. But apparently in the photo shoot, look at that. It looks like she does look like Jeffree Star or Daryl Hannah, like a wax museum version of Daryl Hannah. So there it is, Jessica Simpson. So I saw this story yesterday. There is a French basketball player named Victor Wembanyama, who is now the number one rookie, the first pick in the 2023 draft by the San Antonio Spurs. He's about to play his first summer league game in Vegas. And who would happen to see him? None other than Brittany Spears. And this happened.
He was entering a restaurant when Spears reportedly grabbed him to ask for a photo. Now,
so that's the first part of the story.
Spears was struck by the security guard, nearly knocking her to the ground, according to the singer.
Okay, we'll get into Britney's account in a moment. This is Victor Wembanyama.
What happened last night is I saw the news, obviously, this morning. I woke up to a couple of phone calls, and there was something did happen a little bit when I was walking with some security of the team to some restaurant. We were in a hall. There was a lot of people, so people calling me, obviously, and there was one person who was calling me, but we talked before with the security, don't stop because it's gonna make a crowd. So I couldn't stop. So that person is calling me, sir, and that person grabbed me from behind. So I didn't see what happened because I was walking straight and we told don't stop. But that person grabbed me from behind, not on my shoulder. She grabbed me from behind, and so I just know that the security pushed her away. I don't know with how much force though, but security pushed her away, and I didn't stop to look, so I kept walking and enjoyed a nice dinner. That was fun night with the guys.
Just one follow-up.
Okay, so that's his account. And so this is Brittany J. Spears. We haven't been to her Instagram in a while, and somebody sent me a hilarious dance. I was going to cover it on my other channel, but let's just do it here. Let's get it all in one. And here's her account here. Let's go to the horse's mouth here. Traumatic experiences are not new to me, and I've had my fair share of them. I was not prepared for what happened to me last night. I recognized an athlete in my hotel lobby as I was heading to dinner. I later went to the restaurant at a different hotel and saw him again. I decided to approach him and congratulate him on his success. It was really loud, so I tapped him on the shoulder to get his attention. I am aware of players' statements where he mentions I grabbed him from behind, but I simply tapped him on the shoulder. Security then backhanded me in the face without looking back in front of a crowd, nearly knocking me down and causing my glasses off my face. Knocking glasses off, I don't know, is what she's saying. I get sworn by people all the time. In fact, that night I was sworn by a group of at least 20 fans. My security team didn't hit any of them. Very problematic here. Why isn't there video of this thing? Like, Victor Wembanyama and Brittany Spears are walking through a restaurant and not one person videos it. I mean, like just Brittany and herself, unless she was doing something to hide from it. The story is super embarrassing to share with the world, but it is out there already because she went to the police and pressed charges. However, I think it's important to share this story and urge people in public life to set an example and treat all people with respect. Physical violence is happening too much in this world, often behind closed doors. I stand with all victims, and my heart goes out to all of you. I've yet to get a public apology from the player, his security, or the organization. I hope they will. I also don't appreciate, nor do I think this is a laughing matter. Watching the player smile and laugh was cruel and demoralizing with the situation that took place. I am 5'3", and he is 7'4". I cherish the tremendous amounts of love and support I'm receiving at the moment. Thank you to the Las Vegas PD and the detectives for their support. Kaboom! So Britney's back at it. I don't want to say this is all Britney's fault, but if somebody told you a story and said a celebrity touched Victor Wembanyama, and it was a female celebrity touched Victor Wembanyama, and she was slapped by a security, you would say, oh, that's got to be Britney Spears. Like, she'd be top 5 or something like that. You know, like, it just sounds like something would happen to Britney. Like, what other celebrity do you think that would happen to? What other famous female celebrity would have got slapped by Victor Wembanyama's security detail? It's almost 100% Britney. Like, it's got to be Britney. So there is a dance here. Let me see. This is the one. All right. One of my viewers sent me this. So I've been waiting to do this for a couple of days. So let's just get into it. coming in slow. Coming in slow. Look at my over my things. Do my little the micro movements. Doing my slow dance. Look at my slow dance. Look at my hands going up slow. Look at my hips going back and forth. So look at my smile. Look at me spin. I'm gonna spin. Oh, I just stop spinning around. Oh, there we go. Can't spin slow. Look at me wiggle my bottoms. Look at me wiggle my bottoms. Let me turn around and flip my hair. I love you. I just love you so much. Then all right, I can't go slow forever. Here's my fast dance. So I'll go slow again. Touching my hair. I'm wiggling my arms. Doing my Copacabana. Wearing my Barry Manilow shirt. Wiggling my bottom. Showing you my tramp stamp. Here's my tramp stamp. Look at my tramp stamp. Look at my Barry Manilow shirt. Look at my hair. Look at my face. Look at me turn around. Look at me dance. Look at me smile. Look at me come in. Let me do the snake. Let me give you the thumbs up. Let me do a spin around again. Let me give you the smile. Let me give you the smile again. Let me wiggle my hair and let me do my fancy cowboy boots. Look at my boots. Didn't notice my boots, did you? Look at my boots. Look at them boots. Let me spin and smile. I can smile and spin, and I can spin and smile. I can spin and smile. I can whip my hair. I can look at my boots. Look at my fancy boots. I got them fancy boots. I'm doing my fancy boot dance. This is my fancy boot dance. This is my thing. I'm doing it. Smiling. All right, there we go. Humping the pole. Humping the pole. Humping the pole. All right, there's there she goes again. Oh, I got a hat. There's my hat. Let me see. Doing the Copacabana. Doing the guitar. Point to the sky. Yes, this God is up there. God's looking down at me. Coming in fast again. This is a long one. There we go. Let me go. I gotta grab my bosoms. It's been 2 minutes. I gotta grab my bosoms. There we go. Coming in. Gonna point to yeah, but you come here. No, go away. Look at my boots again. Look at my face. Look at my. There we go. Going around again. Where's Victor Wembanyama? Is there Victor? Where's Victor? I want to get slapped by a security guard. Fans, play the bongos. Adjust my top. Strum my belly. Spin around again. Spin, 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 spin. Drum my belly. Drum my belly. Drum my belly. Wiggle my hair. There you go. Devil's horns. Okay, there we go. Let's end it with the devil's horns. Slide on the butt and go back to the beginning. All right. I was going to give up on that. It was too long. I was fading. But we had to get to the devil's horns and the slap on the bottom. And so there's more dance here. Maybe I'll do some more on the other channel. I haven't done that for a while. But that's Brittany J. Spears. Okay. I've been hoping to read from Died Suddenly. You know, there's all these, there's so many people. It's going to be like 50 people by the time I go back to that. So that's still going on. I'm not ignoring that, but there's other stuff here. New HIV case link to 100 vampire facials procedure at unlicensed New Mexico spa. So I think I've heard of vampire facial before. A vampire is a facial in which a person's blood is drawn and then parts of the blood are re-injected into the skin via microneedling, and someone got AIDS from vampire facial. Who knew a vampire facial could be dangerous? So that happened. Again, I'm not going to do the Died Suddenly stuff today because I'm already, this is already a long video. And there's a bunch more to get to. Solar maximum could hit us harder and sooner than we thought. How dangerous will the sun's chaotic peak be? It's just a matter of whether we have a magnetic field or not that protects us from the solar flares. That's what they tell us. And so, how did Mario Lopez make it into this article? I doubt the validity of a news organization that has sponsored ads for Mario Lopez. Australians are warned to make bookings if you want to make cash withdrawals as banks go digital. And so it says here, more Australian bank branches are banning cash withdrawals, with customers now advised to call ahead if they want large sum from a teller. They don't have any money in the bank. When my wife and I went to the bank during COVID, they were out of money. The teller said they were out of money. People had withdrawn all the money the bank had. They don't have very much money in banks. Like, bank robberies are like a legitimate joke because everything's digital now and people don't withdraw large amounts of cash. And so they just don't have the money. If there was a run on banks, It would, the first few people get whatever money they have in there, and that would be it. And here in Australia, you got to make an appointment. They can use your Wi-Fi router to see through walls and detect human form. And I've said this recently in my other channel or wherever it was, yesterday. Wi-Fi, I realized it was going through the walls. And, that's messed up, right? I mean, you can, you could be in like a secure area there's just solid material, and you can still get Wi-Fi. And it says here,
the Wi-Fi routers in your house, they're bouncing off radio signals that work sort of like sonar. Can you go from that to where human beings are to images? So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, like, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room, and this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings. The Wi-Fi.
Good, I wonder what they're going to use that for. It's about time.
This is not rain, as we've been telling you for the past 2 weeks now. They're doing military exercises out there, and although it looks like rain, it's not. Showers here. This is not rain, as we've been...
Titan radar. It looks like rain, but it's not. It's military exercises.
The children and the CIA. We've learned a lot of unknown activities of the CIA in years past, some of them disturbing, to say the least. Tonight, we'll learn of the agency's interest in children. Paul Altmaier of our investigative unit has assembled these facts.
So this was, I believe his name was David Brinkley. There's this guy called Walter Cronkite. He was the most popular news anchor. I forget what network, maybe CBS. This guy was on NBC. And my parents used to watch this guy. I think they thought, they were all the same, right? They were very reserved, and it's kind of a throwback. And here they're going to do a report on MK Ultra.
These are home movies taken in the 1950s at a European camp of the Children's International Summer Village, a program designed to bring together children from around the world for a better understanding of one another. NBC News has learned that the CIA was studying these youngsters, some as young as 11, as possible future recruits. The studies took place at summer camps in Hannefest, Norway, and Vienna, Austria in 1959 and 1960. According to CIA documents we have examined, this was Sub-Project 103 of the agency's top-secret MK Ultra program. San Antonio, Texas. NBC News has also learned that the CIA paid for a study of adolescence here, and in 2 other Texas cities, Austin and El Paso, in 1958 and 1959. It was a study of how youngsters behave without adult supervision. This study, MK Ultra Sub-Project 102, refers to data being collected on 462 subjects in 7 secondary schools. The children...
It's just really, really, really creepy. The CIA, intelligence community is... a walking conspiracy, right? Like, they do things that are subversive, right? They do things that are covert, that are secret. Some of the things they do on their own people, their own population, because they want to stay in power, right? There's things that you need to do on the world stage. And each country has their own, Mossad or MI6 or whatever it is, right? And they operate to secure the country's best interests. But within the country itself, you want to stay in power. And you're going to want to manipulate the outcome of elections and things like this. So you can pick the politicians and the government and everything else that best suits your plans. Like CIA operations go on for years. Like CIA operations and other covert operations, military operations, they've been planning these things, and it's a long-term plan, like, over decades of what they want to do with this country or what they want to do with that country or what they want to do with America itself. and a politician comes in and wants to say, like a president, and say, no, I'm not into this. Let's shut down this program. And they've been doing it for decades, right? That's why presidents get killed and, all these other things, right? They have handlers and they have classified information that the president never gets to see. And so, this is just part of it. Like, why would they be doing this, right? All the way back then, because they're creepy. Like, they do creepy things, and they're, trying to control things in a manipulative, subversive and insidious type of way, right? And it just gets darker and darker as time goes on. Missing, have you seen me? If found, contact Hunter Biden. There's cocaine there. It's been confirmed there's cocaine in the White House. I'm sure there's always cocaine in the White House, right? I think there's been cocaine in the White House for years. I think to blame this on Hunter Biden, if it was crack, it'd be a little bit different. But, I'm sure there's, he's the number one suspect. I'm not saying he isn't. But, there's lots of suspects. King Charles gets booed in Scotland. They don't like him there. You can hear him yelling, "Not my king." Look at their hoity-toity. Look at their outfits. Look at the ridiculous clown costumes. Their stupid hat. Okay, it's not a masquerade party. He's getting booed. Poor Chucky. Earth is currently experiencing a sixth mass extinction, according to scientists. 60 Minutes.
In what year will the human population grow too large for the Earth to sustain? The answer is about 1970. The scientists you're about to meet say the Earth is suffering a crisis of mass extinction on a scale unseen since the dinosaurs.
Okay. They're finally talking about population control publicly. Sudden death of Chinese-American singer Coco Lee at 48. Channel News Asia confirmed the news of the star's unexpected death. Okay, this is... it was suicide according to a statement from her sisters Carol and Nancy Lee. So, that happened. Journey co-founder George Tickner, dead. Band's guitarist was 76. Mostly drummers we've seen. There's a lot of musicians who've not been able to fulfill their concert contracts and commitments. But there are a lot of dead drummers, but this is a guitarist. Colleen Ballinger was wearing green face paint while singing Beyonce's Single Ladies in resurfaced video. Not blackface, her legal representatives say. So, she played that annoying character, Miranda Sings, that was really big on YouTube. She's grown in popularity. She's one of the bigger YouTubers that they've promoted. But there's all these past things that resurface for many of these YouTube stars. Sometimes they're racially charged or something else. Looks like she's got a couple of dudes there behind her. Why would she be in green face? I mean, wouldn't blackface make more sense than green face? She's not playing an alien. She calling Beyonce an alien? She's incredible talent with her excellent singing voice and dance moves. This is just absolutely horrible. Freedom Caucus members voted to oust Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's unclear if it worked. Freedom Caucus Chairman Scott Perry has not informed Greene that she's out of the ultra-conservative group, a source said. Other sources called the situation a mess. She's really stupid. And she is QB and a Trumper. And so,
Come on. I'm right here. Come here. This is as close as I'm going to get, baby. I think you're going to bite my toes. No. I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah, that's exactly what a parrot that wanted to hurt you would say, right? There's a creepy exchange. And the biggest reason is what I've been told, or what they say about parrots is you can teach them phrases and they just randomly say it. And then you can cue them to say those phrases. But I've heard that they're really, really intelligent, and I've seen some of these things. I've seen ravens do amazing things, tell the difference between colors, and use tools and things like this. So if this isn't doctored audio, then this is a conversation between the parrot and the woman. And the parrot's in control. The parrot's running this household here.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I'm a little bit. You're just so strong. You're so strong. What's the matter? I don't want you to bite me. No, I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, you're so sweet. No, baby. What's the matter, darling? Nothing. I love you. I just said. I think we just need some time before we do that, okay? See, that's why. What's the matter? I still think you're gonna bite me. I'm sorry. Yeah, see? Hey! That's why. See? You scared me. You tried to hurt me. I'm not gonna hurt you. But you tried to. You tried to just now, Barley. Right here.
So it's not worth it for me to look into this to see if that's doctored. Of course, they could always add audio, but it sounded like a parrot. They'd have to do an excellent job, but that's the type of voice a parrot has. And if that was an actual, real, organic conversation or audio, that's a conversation, right? That's a parrot that's comprehending and trying to lure his owner out so he can bite the like that's an assault, right? That's domestic abuse right there. That's a parrot that's ruling the household, ruling the roost. And again, I don't know if it's dubbed audio or what. Speaking of which, I was talking about this with my wife. I meant to lead the video with this. It's humorous, but it's also something I would like to see happen. If you are a foreign language speaker, a tattoo artist, or specifically a tattoo artist, or a friend or person who wants to get a tattoo, Chinese language, people are getting a lot of Chinese language tattoos. And there's nothing funnier than when somebody gets a permanent tattoo and they think it says one thing, but it says something, that's way funnier. And it says something else because, they don't speak the language. They don't understand what they're getting tattooed on them. It's happened a number of times. I think it happened with Ariana Grande. It's happened to various celebrities. But if you're a tattoo artist and somebody asks you to put a certain, phrase on you, it's almost like your duty to put something else on there because the person doesn't know. And, and if you're a friend and, you write Chinese or whatever, different, and people use different languages, they come to you and they ask you, how do I, can you write this so I can get a tattoo for it? You should definitely put something else there because it's, kind of hilarious. Have you ever seen The Impractical Jokers where the guy Joe gives Sal a tattoo of Jaden Smith on his thigh? He's walking around with the rest of his life with a tattoo of Jaden Smith. It's one of the funnier things that happened. The most watched episode of that series or whatever it is. But anyways, weird. They're just everything's so weird now. Like, it's becoming the Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies, the weird edition. That was just a weird one today. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.